Well, Gaffer, if Reading was a good technical test, today was a good physical test.
The complete opposite, so two really good games. We had to really stand up to a bit of a physical test, especially second half. Well, I'll be honest, I thought a bit of fatigue set in the second 90 minutes and 3 days for these guys, and I always felt that would be the case, but we needed to get into them for the season. But yeah, no, look. There was things on that in terms of, I've just said to the players a little bit, we're sloppy and possession, especially first 30 minutes. I thought were very good. It was a great goal, complete control of the game. They had one chance in the first half. Christie's made a great save, but then he's had too many saves to make in the second half. Beeves has had to head too many balls out of the box, which he did fantastically well, and Frankie. So we showed a toughness to us, which was, listen, when you're away from home, you need, regardless of who you're playing, you're going to get games like that this season where perhaps we're not as good on the ball as we want to be, so you just need to tough it out, and that's what we did.
The second goal, Dembele, different to the first goal, but still well made and well constructed.
Yeah, we ran behind the right back from the middle, and he finished it really well. And Dems he knows himself he's got to get more goals this season. But look, there's things that you take out of every game. We got a totally different test today, so we've had all different tests throughout the pre-season, which is great for us. And we stood up to another one today because, you know, when they've got Hansen, they're throwing balls in them and they're hitting diagonals, and we're hitting second balls. Dems switched off a couple of set pieces which we need to work on, but no, all in all, I'm pleased. We've got one more game on Monday. The players that play on Monday, we trained today with them. There are no knocks or anything with them, so we've gone through pretty unscathed. Just Goddard and Marcus has picked up a slight knock on his thigh.
Yeah, Marcus obviously played on Wednesday. I guess you've got to manage him now and see where it takes you.
Well, with Marcus, because he missed a part of it, we've had to sort of get a lot into him in a short space of time. He's felt a little tightness in his thigh for a little while before Wednesday. And look, I'm not going to risk a muscle injury for the sake of one game when, you know, it could cost them 10 or 12 games, because if it goes, it could be a longer injury. So we'll manage him, and we'll see how he is for the start of the season.
Yeah, but Joe Ward came in, and obviously you know what Joe can do anyway.
Yeah, we've got other options, and that's why we've got the squad. We've got Ward, who's a very good player himself. We've got Harrison Burrows, I wouldn't have any problems in him and Canu playing. So I've got different options. Sahat's obviously more of a central player but can play wide, so we've got plenty of options.
Yeah, and obviously now, as you say, everything builds towards the first game now, doesn't it, for those group of players anyway? Well,
yeah, but for everyone in the squad, I mean, people will look at it and presume that this is going to be the starting team. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way. It's a group thing, it's a squad thing. I spoke to the players this morning, the group that we trained this morning, about that, and we're going to need everyone, not 11 players. We're going to need the whole lot of them, and the players are fully aware of that. And it's different when you have a pre-season for a manager, because as the season goes on and people perhaps are in really good form, it becomes easier, or they lose form or injuries, and you're dipping people in and out. Whereas with a pre-season, unfortunately for a manager, it's a blank canvas, so I've got to pick a team, so it's unfortunate for the others, but that's my job. But I think managing the rest of the ones that are not in the team is a big part of my job this season.
George got his first 90 in, and he'll probably be a bit tired tonight, but he needed that, didn't he?
Yeah, George, listen, we still need to know the way George plays, because we're not up to. He's only been here a short period of time. He plays differently to other players in that area in terms of how he plays around corners, how quickly he plays, the runs he made from the middle of the pitch. We could have picked him out 2 or 3 times. His run takes the defender away from Mo's strike. So we've still got to get used to George, and he's got to get used to us, but you know, that'll come in obviously very, very quickly. But no, I'm generally pleased with the fitness. They did look tired. I knew there would be a lot of fatigue today, but we were adamant we wanted 2 90 minutes, and obviously the gap and how much Reading and the heat and actually that quality took out of us was a lot. We'll tone it right down next week now for all the players after Monday night.
Matt Stevens out the door today. I suppose Barry's working on others to get out before the start of the season now.
Yeah, unfortunately the market's quiet. Obviously Matty Stevens didn't get as many opportunities. He's one that could say that, but for the reasons I gave him, were honest, and he respected them and he understood it. He needs to go and play football like the other ones do, you know, and we're trying hard to get them out, but obviously clubs are going to have to want to take them and pay money for them, or take at least over their contracts.